Yo, welcome back everybody to the channel. My name's Daniel, aka Kid of Bleach, aka Trash God Dan if you know me on Discord or whatever. Um, this time I'm here with another Final Fantasy TCG video. It's gonna be a spoiler review video, or a spoiler reveal, I should say, video. Kind of a cool card that I got here to spoil. Very honored to spoil a card for the Final Fantasy TCG. This is going to be for the upcoming Opus 26, so that's the very next set that we're getting. This card is going to be pretty cool. It's interesting effect on a interesting card. I honestly didn't even know this character existed. I'm going to be 100% honest. But you know what? I'll take what I can get, and you know it's pretty nice that we're actually getting more unique sort of Final Fantasy characters in this game. But without further ado, let me show you guys the spoiler that I got. And that spoiler is going to be right over here. Mr. Old Snapper from Final Fantasy VII. He is a 2-drop water backup with some pretty cool, unique, well, not unique, but like cool text, in my opinion. So he's going to say when he enters the field, you place 3 counters on him, and then he'll have a 2 tap effects. First one being remove 1 counter from him. You put the top card of your deck into the break zone. Now, on surface, that sounds kind of bad, like, oh, why would I want to self-mill myself? Well, there are cards that do care about break zone, first of all. Second of all, there are two definite cards that I know really loves this. They want to be flipped from the top of your deck into your break zone. So this is just another way to enable that, in my opinion. His second tap effect is going to be once you have no counters on him, you can tap him, break him, and then choose 2 cards in your break zone and add them to your hand. So again, it says cards. This could be anything. This could be forwards, backups, summons, and monsters. Sorry, LBs, you don't go to break zone. But yes, this guy is pretty cool. Listen, I could see myself playing 2 of this in like a water lightning deck or a water wind deck. There are some cool, unique cards that play with this card. And let me actually just show you what I'm talking about here, about the cool, unique cards that can play with this guy and make him kind of better than what, you know, he on the surface level looks like. So, first card I'm going to show you here is Botanist. That is right, guys. Opus 20 Botanist. You probably haven't seen this card at all. This card reads, when Botanist enters the field, you may remove 1 backup without the multi-played symbol. When you do, you play 1 backup from your hand onto the field. Its auto will not trigger. Now, that last bit is very freaking important here, because that means you can get an Old Snapper out with no counters already on it. Meaning, if you just want to crack this guy to recur 2 things immediately, you can set this Botanist up sort of like good early on like a turn 2 to 3 and do that combo. Hey, it's something you can do with Old Snapper that you probably weren't thinking about. Next card on our list of good cards to play with it is going to be Aerith here. Again, Old Snapper does not have a once per turn effect, so reactivating 3 Final Fantasy VII characters? Hey, you can restand that back up, do it again. You know, it's a pretty cool little combo card, especially if you set up the Old Snapper early. A lot of the cards are going to just follow in a similar vein. Evray, again, green card, reactivates it. It's pretty nice. You want to see this. That's why I was saying Water Wind is probably going to be a really good deck for this. Another sort of card that was spoiled I think last night or around last night, I'm sorry, last night my time, was Sonon here. Sonon is pretty cool because he reads when you have Yuffie out, he gains haste. And also, when he party attacks with Yuffie, you can activate all the backups you have and draw cards. So again, you can reactivate that Old Snapper you know, cycle some cards. Pretty nice. He's also coming out in the same set as Old Snapper, so there probably is going to be more synergy with cards like him and Old Snapper. Who knows? We'll see what we get. Next card, following in the same vein of just activating stuff, is Kane. This is another cool early card that you could use with Old Snapper to reactivate. You know, as soon as Kane attacks, you reactivate 2 characters, so you can do, you know, another Old Snapper and something else, you know. It's pretty nice. Enkidu, again, it's cheap. You could play this with Warriors. So, you know, Fire Water Warriors could tech this in to do an Old Snapper twice, you know. It's pretty nice. Bahamut. Speaking of Fire Water, you can do Bahamut here from Opus 12. You know, Old Snapper could work with summons if you mill them, you know. It's like, yeah, you mill 3, but like it's still worth it. You know, it could be the 3 you need for your Bahamut here to gain that 2k power. Astrologian is really, really nice with this if you want to keep in water. Astrologian basically just fixing your top deck so you can mill something properly with Old Snapper is pretty nice. And what better 2 cards to mill than the 2 cards that want to be milled from your freaking deck? Fujin and Raijin here. These are probably the 2 cards you want to hit the most with Old Snapper. So Astrologian with a Water Lightning build with an Old Snapper is probably going to be your play. I could see Wind Water using it with Botanist again to basically have a free recursion. It's a way to get 2 cards back, so it's pretty nice. But yeah, those are the cards that I feel like are going to be pretty cool with Old Snapper. And, you know, you might want to check out what Old Snapper. Hey, there might be other cards coming out, or you might know better cards. But that's going to be pretty much all from me. I just wanted to show you guys my spoiler that I got. I kind of like it. I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy VII, like, fan, but hey, he's a unique character from that series, I guess. It's Old Snapper. He's like a reverse Ninja Turtle, man. He's Turtle Man. He's pretty cool. But yeah, you know, that's all from me for this video. I'll see if I could try and get like another video out either sometime this week or maybe, you know, next week. But until then, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Laters!